How's it going, guys? I'm Brian, or you can call me B-Rye. I'm here at INMOTION, and I'm going to show you how to put on some power pads on the V9. When you get the V9, you might want to get some power pads like these. You want to make sure that the orientation is correct. So this is the brake pad, and this is the power portion of it. So this is where you're going to be accelerating with it. Sometimes people make the mistake of flipping them upside down. Make sure that the orientation is like this. So this will be the left side, and this will be the right side. We'll start with the right. I like to break down power pad placement in 2 easy steps. First, I like to figure out the brake portion, and then I want to figure out the accelerating portion. When I'm first starting my power pad placement, I want to make sure that my foot is even along the pedal, making sure that it is aligned with the pedal formation. So I don't want to make sure I'm back here, forward like that. Make sure you're relatively even. Next, I want to figure out the brake pad. When I'm figuring out the brake pad, I want to make sure that my leg is pressing against the brake pad where my leg is straight up and down. I don't want it in a way where if I place it in the back like that, you see how my shin is backwards a little bit like this? This might induce the wobbles. So first, we're going to find that good braking point. And after that, I want to figure out this power pad section. Next, when I lean into the power pad, I want to pay attention to see if there is a pressure point. So as you can see, you can't really, there's a gap right here, and I'm hitting it right here. This is going to cause some discomfort. So what I'm going to do is rotate the pad a little bit. I'm pushing it down, so this point is a little bit closer. And I'm going to keep kind of rotating it until it's a little more flush. So now it is flush against my leg. Another thing to point out is that the higher up the pad is, the more restricting it's going to be, and the lower it is, the more freedom of movement it's going to give me. So if you feel like if you feel like it's restricting your movement, you might want to try moving it downwards because you'll have more range of motion. After that, let's put on the other power pad. The way I like to do it is making sure that it's even by looking at it from the top and trying to match it this way, looking at it from top down, and then I want to look at it from the back. So you see how this one's a little bit taller than this one? We're going to make those little bit of adjustments, make sure it's more even, flip it around. You see how this one's a little bit lower? And it's pretty much good enough. At this point, you can hop on, do what you need to do, and it'll give you more control over the device because now you have a little bit of that extra leverage to be able to do what you need to do. Go ahead and comment below. I'll answer some questions if you have any more additional questions or concerns regarding power pad placement. If you have pads that involve some jump portion, I would start in the order that I was mentioning with the braking and the power pad, and then you can kind of figure out the foot portion and make sure that you're locked in. One of the main things that I want to look out for when placing power pads is the points that I mentioned, like making sure that your shin is upright when braking, it is flush along the power pad, and if you're having jump pads, making sure that that portion is flush as well. You don't want any discomfort from pressure points as far as these power pads goes. All right, I think that's good.